Venus rising.
Hey, what's up?
Venus rising. Is it rising because you make blood pressures boil? Is that it?
Or Cox Rise, one of the
Oh,
two.
so we call those sausages,
Oh, I'm sorry.
eggplants,
I'm sorry. My
and
bad.
yeah.
Already screwed up.
So we call
Sorry.
the other thing honey pot, flour, certain
Got
codes
you.
word anyway.
My
Welcome. This
bad.
is an episode of MrFlourish Podcast, the morning after. In case you get that hangover, you need something to wake up to the morning after, or in case you get it in at night, you need something to listen to the morning after. I have with me here Venus Rising out of Tampa.
Hi.
She is a beautiful woman
Okay.
out of Tampa.
Yes, I live just right outside of Tampa.
All right, all right, all right. So you've been in the adult industry for how long?
Um, well, actually, not that long. We started out as swingers, and we
Mhm.
did that for a long, long time. And we only really started putting out content in January of this year.
Wait. You and your partner.
My husband, yeah.
What's the difference? It's like, gosh, why is that specification? Putting the husband Tampa. We're in you right now, Tampa. Gosh, don't act like Marks. Anyway, um, the cheese is good. Um, anyway, I by the way, I sent those two links to you via your Telegram.
Oh,
Um,
awesome. Thank you.
Either one. Anyway, so you've been in the lifestyle swing. You have been an adult for how long in the industry?
Since January.
Just this January?
Uh-huh.
That's why. Okay, because you're on fire. I
Oh,
mean,
well, thanks.
in my opinion, my opinion.
Well, thank you.
But where are you in this? You're in the age of content creation, and it's evolving, it's changing. You're sort of still in the beginning stages of it, or you were doing it before you just really embraced it now.
We had only really ever like filmed ourselves, but it was never like it was sporadically and here and there, just like for our own purposes, right? So we never put anything out for other people to view. So for content creation purposes or anything like that, we did not start filming anything until it was actually the end of January, first week of February is when we first
Mm.
like put out our first videos.
Mm. Okay. Now, do you have a personal preference in terms of your performer counterparts, or you don't really care?
Um, I like variety. Um, it kind of matters. I mean, it helps if there's like good chemistry. I like to talk to people ahead of time and make sure that
So
because I like to have fun.
before you smash them on camera, you need to talk to them ahead of time.
Yeah, like just get a good fun. Because
Does this
some people
constitute
I'm
does
not their
this
jam.
constitute us talking ahead of time?
Yeah.
Just say, just inquire. Might as well know, you know.
Yes, absolutely. No, because I'm kind of, you know, I'm not quiet. I'm not shy. And I like to have a good conversation. And I want to make sure that, they're comfortable, that we're comfortable working together and just kind of get a good vibe ahead of time. I mean, I've worked with people who, afterwards I was kind of like, I probably wouldn't work with them again just because it wasn't like there wasn't a lot of good chemistry,
Okay.
during the scene. I want to make sure that I put out as good of a scene as possible. I want it to look like we're having fun, because I want to have fun.
Wait,
That's
now, do
part of the
you
whole thing.
actually so you have fun doing your scenes? Yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever been in a situation where you've been in a scene, you're like, I'm just not having a good time. This just ain't it today. This guy's breath stinks, or the
Yeah.
body old. It's not even an odor. It's an oh dear. You know. Do you
Not
ever
very
have that kind of
many.
situation?
Not very many. I've had a couple. I probably had like maybe three that I was kind of like, it's just isn't. It's like, I feel like I'm doing all the work, or I'm carrying the scene, or he's just either not into me, or it's just not going anywhere, and it was like a struggle. And so those scenes, I literally, when we're done, I'll give them the content, but I won't put those scenes out. I want good quality.
Okay, so are you well? So you're very aggressively. That's a strong word. Hold on, let me think for a second. I want to know. Don't know if I want to say that. You are very assertively. Okay. Making much more content, right?
Yeah.
Yourself
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
creator.
Well, I want, I don't want, how can I word this? I want it to be professional level quality, right? So
Okay.
I'm always looking to improve. I'm always looking to learn. I'm always looking to grow. And I want to move up in terms of our production value and things like that. So I'm always looking to make sure that I put out as good of a scene as possible. So if there's not good chemistry between us, or it kind of falls flat,
Mm-hmm.
then that's something I would possibly choose to hold back on and not put out on my platforms. I want people to get as good of quality as they possibly can from me, because I
Right.
always want to rise to a level of being the best that I can be when I'm making content for myself or for anybody else. If it's a paid content for some other company or just for my own.
We have a Discord, right? And this is showing in the Discord right now, ironically. And we have a question coming for Discord. It's not through the overlay. It's an interesting question. And I'm just
Mm-hmm.
going to throw them out as they come in. I throw them out there.
Okay.
And it's from a Discord community. They were like, this is a good question. Does she classify herself as a MILF or a BBW if she had to pick one? That's a good
Well,
question.
that is a good question, because I've actually worked with a couple companies that only do BBW, and they're like, you're really probably right on the edge. They're like, you're probably more in the MILF category than you are BBW category. So I have
I
always
mean,
just put
but
them
your
both.
curve suggests BBW.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're right, that borderline, right?
Yeah. So I put a poll out to my fans and like the people that follow me,
Interesting.
and I want to say like 59% chose MILF over, and BBW was like the second. It came in at like 35 or 40%. So I kind of have just been marketing myself to both. And I have fans that definitely just follow me for like the MILF thing, and fans that just follow me for the BBW thing. And I think I'm kind of fall in between. So it's kind of hard to really say one or the other. So I always just put them in as both. So on my website, I have myself listed as BBW MILF,
Right.
and that's kind of how it is on all my marketing. So,
Hmm.
but I've had BBW creators say you're really probably more in the MILF category. So I'm like playing around with it. I'm just going to kind of see where things fall and see how things go. And
So speaking of playing around, let's stay on that. Let's stay on that word usage there. How does Venus play when it's not work? When it's just play? How does Venus play? What does she like to do
well,
for play? Yeah, hey, I'm not only talking about adults. I'm just in general, right?
yeah.
What things makes It's like I feel like playing. What is that?
Well, I have two dogs, so I love my dogs. I'll play with my dogs. We live by the beach, so I'll go down to the beach and hang out down the beach. And I'm kind of low key. I'm like a little bit of a blink girl, but I'm also a little bit of a hippie chick. So I've got like my little yoga zen room. I'll do yoga and chill out. I like to read and like to be quiet. So I'll be like in my own downtime
Hmm.
and just like that silence of doing my own thing. So that's usually kind of what I do. Sometimes we'll go out, with friends on the weekends and stuff like that, but I'm not a huge party person. I don't really go out and hang out with people and stuff like that on the weekends. I usually just pretty much am low key when I'm not working.
Do you
So,
travel much?
I travel for work. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I travel more for work than I do anything else.
Okay. Yourself, you don't take the whole kit,
Um,
the whole clan.
no, well, I was out in LA shooting a couple weeks ago, and my husband did come with me because he is also a talent, and he'll film. We have our own camera equipment, and like we went in all in.
Okay.
Like we've got like a bunch of high end camera equipment and lenses and lights and all that stuff. So he'll film. Like if I'm going somewhere and we have other collabs in the works, if I'm just filming with a
So
production
so he
company.
so he'll film us.
Yes, he would.
Ooh. You hear that,
We
fans?
have a whole room lined up just for shooting
You hear that, fans? After y'all see this, you're gonna be wondering when is Venus and MrFlourish going to test the waters? Anyway, seriously though, we're not going to go there, everyone. We're just talking. We just if you catch this, yeah, we will. If you catch this in YouTube, make sure you check the description. It's going to list her social media. If you catch this in Twitter, actually she is tagged. Check the top comment as well. If you catch us in any other streaming platforms that we stream to as well during these podcasts, make sure you check the description or the meta. Anyway, all right. So it is October. You began this year, and the
in.
adult. You're having fun, right?
Yeah.
Um, you're becoming you're coming into your own as a content creator as well. You also are getting booked
Hmm.
for in terms of studio, etc. What do you if you had if someone said to you, money's not an object. You can either create one day or do studio work one day. Which one would you pick?
Create.
Why is that? That's an interesting answer. I get that more. I get that more this year. I get that more than last year.
Um, Mainly because, and this is my thing. Studio work is great. I love it in terms of networking and getting my name out there. However, when it comes to creating our own content, that's stuff that I own. So that's stuff that I can monetize. So I can put that on multiple platforms and it becomes a source of passive income. So I would always prefer to own my own content if I had a choice in the matter than to get like a one-time fee and then give those rights over to a studio.
So here's the thing. And it's gonna raise eyebrows from people. You create something with someone. You, it's a collaboration. You own the content. They own the content.
Mm-hmm.
You all can do whatever you want to with it. You own it within your own right. However you monetize it is however you monetize it. However they monetize it is however they monetize it. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever done something and then like you realize they have a better monetization and it's just out of this world? Does that make you feel a certain way, or was like, no, that's the deal? It's how we created it together, right?
No, good for them.
Okay.
I mean, I've
Some people
had,
are dated like that. Some people are like, I'm not like there was this creator in Florida. We literally have it's pinned on my on the Flourish XSX. It's probably the biggest G bang of the year, and I did actually I filmed something for them recently, and I'm like they were like, well, we don't want you to. We're not going to share this, and we actually want to pay you. I'm like, okay, that was not the deal, but all right, cool, whatever. Like this is my fee as a videographer. But it was like it's like by the way, we saw it such and such. We saw that the G bang, and it was on Comcast or something like that, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, it's a deal that my new PR brought to me.
mm,
And so, well, do we get no? That's my deal. It's not your deal. And so it's interesting. It's like people, they need to stop trying to count money in other people's pockets. People work hard. They grind. They do their networking. All I can say to people is do your homework, do the networking.
yeah,
You know, it pays to be cordial and to work with people. In saying all of that, you have a unique marketing look to yourself. Okay, blonde, bodacious, beautiful, elegant at the same time. I've seen your performance. You can get nasty just like anyone else. Do you prefer your scenes more vanilla or middle of the road, or do you? No, let's just have no regrets after this, or it
yeah.
depends on the day of the week.
I like to get a little intense. I mean, I don't want it to be boring, right? And I think people can watch boring vanilla sex anywhere, right? You can watch it on
And
freaking
that
HBO,
boring vanilla stuff. Right, right.
you know? So I want it to be interesting. I want to get, like, I'm very much, I want it to look intense. I want it to look like we're really into each other. I want it to be like all the good angles, all, different positions,
I
different,
mean, that's why you said
if it's
it
getting
pays
crazy.
to build a rapport vibe before, so that it's not a matter of looking intense. It it reaches that point.
Yeah, because we're
Right.
like I enjoy sex. I enjoy being
You
intimate.
enjoy
Let me say.
mixing bodies. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay. I almost said, what? Caught myself. Okay. And I want that to very much come across. So when I'm filming, if it's very much, it's like planned and like organized, like this is what we're going to do, this is positions, and da 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 da. But at the same
Yeah.
time, it's also very much kind of like in the moment. So sometimes if things get a little wild and nasty or whatever, then so be it. It's because really we're really into each other. We're really, having at it. So it all just
So
depends.
you're at a conference. It's 1 in the morning. Y'all were just at the hanging out with people, and there's an urge, and someone's like, "Yo, we're in this other room. Come, are you up for it, or are you like, I need my beauty sleep?"
Yeah, it probably would depend on how I was feeling, but I'd be down. I mean, it all, like I
I
said, it
don't.
all
I'm not
depends.
asking it for a specific reason. It just popped in my. We have another question coming
Yeah,
to
no,
this
I
question.
mean, yeah, and it's all within, we are, we haven't, um, my partner, Atlas Triple X, we, like I said, we used to be swingers. So we used to
You
go
still
out
are.
and do that stuff all the time. Well, we really haven't been like doing the swinging thing because we've been so focused on building this.
I love that. I
So
love it.
we, really haven't been like, 'cause we used to go to parties and we used to go to
Mhm.
events and things like that. And we haven't been because all our weekend time is literally spent, if we're not shooting content for me, we're shooting content for him. So, and we are always planning ahead and we always want to make sure we're constantly putting in a stream of content to keep in the bank. Right. So we're really all in on this. So we haven't, like, we have friends and we're still swinger friends with,
Right.
but we really don't go out and do that really because
You're
if
more. You're
we're
more. You're more. We'll meet you for dinner kind of thing. Then
yeah.
go. Yeah.
Plus, and
Right.
if we're
Okay.
going to be intimate with anybody, I'm like, can we film it? I'm like, can we get some content from this?
Because the asset is the bag.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
like people, and I say this to people: the asset is the bag, and they're like, they're like, it's interesting. I go back 4 years ago when I started the Flourish Triple X, whatever, and my phrase was content, 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 content. Four content 4 times. There was nothing coming in. They did not understand why I was saying that. Right? They're like, why is he so hell bent on his content? And it was like, 6 month COVID comes in.
Right.
Right. So COVID's coming, going on, and nobody can go nowhere. And it's like, what are we doing on weekend? Content. Let's invite people. That's how the ball got rolling, whatever.
Hmm.
And a lot of people didn't understand. I was just hell bent on. And to me, it's just you have a vision and a tunnel vision goal, and you live it, you eat it, you drink it, you sleep it, and it may not be fruitful at first. It
Yeah.
takes time. And a lot of this generation, they give up so soon, so early. And whether it's content or something beyond content, there's no, where's the grit? Where's the grind? Now
Yeah.
you and I, we're someone's like, well, y'all are older. Y'all are was no, we just two. I'm 2 years old. She's 3 years old. We're young as I don't know what. But no, seriously though. But we get it and we understand it, and I appreciate seeing someone and meeting someone and coming across someone like you and your partner slash husband. I'm used to saying partner just because it's
Yeah, that's
not right. I just um and so do you ever wonder though, is this can I do this for another 5 years? Can I do this for another 10 years? Is this something that, wow, like, okay, I'm X amount of years old. Am I gonna go at this the same velocity? Am I gonna be entrenched in this 5 years from now, 8 years from now? Do I need a plan? Do I need a plan B? Do you have a plan B? Or you're the type, fuck the plan B, this is it.
Yeah. Well, because I had another business that I let go to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, when I do something, I'm all in. Like I'm 100% all in. So like I said, our main focus is this, and I don't look like to think, 20 years, 10 years down the road, am I not going to be doing this? The assumption is, yes, of course I am. Like my main intention is to continue to make really, really great quality videos, to branch out and do other things, but under this brand. So my intention is to, like, this is my business. So this is where I'm going. My only goal from here on out is to continue to build this. Right.
Okay.
So I don't look at this as like a fly by night. Oh, I'm a content creator temporarily until something else better comes along. No, I'm a fucking porn star. Like, this is my job now. This is what I'm doing.
Stop right there. Stop right there. I got you. Stop right there. This is good. I asked this to one person 2 weeks ago. If you had your decision on the left hand, porn star, on the right hand, OnlyFans star, you could one or the other. It's not a mix of both. You can be a mix of both. But if you had to pick one, which one would it be?
Porn star, hands down. OnlyFans is one market.
No. Wait. Okay, you know what? Let me reframe that, because I just remember the question I asked you last night. OnlyFans is not actually where you make your most money in your digital content. Mm-hmm. So let me reframe that. Porn star or digital content creator star?
Porn star.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is where, like I said, this is my business. So I market myself as a model and an actress, mm-hmm. and that I do adult content film. So I am not just a digital creator. Considering that I have not done this like a super, super long time, mm-hmm. pardon me, but I have momentum. And I've been building, and this is not coming from a vanity perspective at all. I watch my analytics. I watch my numbers. I see where I'm growing. And I've seen who has reached out to me, and in terms of like producers and things like that. So yes, I do digital creation for myself, for my own monetization, but right. I also am looking to be AVN nominated. I'm looking to be like mainstream. So that is what my end goal is, right? So to me, that's not just a digital creator. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, I get it. I think that you're going to be a porn star for many years. I hope that your journey into this realm of nuttiness, this realm of let's call it what it is. Twitter's like high school, I call it Twitter high.
Twitter.
Yeah, it's Twitter high. It's to be honest, everyone. Venus and myself, people like that. We're too focused on our goals. We're not 21 years old. We don't care about your Twitter dumb shit. We don't care the Twitter high. We don't care about the innuendos, the BS rumors here or there. We are so me with the Flourish XXX, Sequentis, Astro, razor focused, and that's how you have to be. It's interesting. We were talking about earlier in the conversation. By the way, this is Venus Rising, everyone. MrFlourish Podcast, Morning After. We've been talking for about 25 minutes. So if you're coming in here now, you can get this in YouTube, Asher Clan TV, as well as multiple Twitter accounts. Is streamed at least for the first 30 days. It will be repurposed and put out in segments. She is an adult star. Okay. Beautiful woman she is. She's out of Tampa area. Tampa. Don't you love us, Tampa?
Yay, Tampa.
So, you know what they're going to be saying? They're going to be like, wait, the way that they were talking with each other, are we going to have couch sessions at different conferences and just invite people and just, and create, I think there's power in there was a thing of spoken word or in narrative and dialogue. It's like, for anyone that doesn't know who Venus Rising is, you get to know her now. She's giving you a window into her life as a creator, as a porn star. Well, what about personally speaking? Right? What makes you tick? Okay.
Well,
don't say sausage every day. I need some eggplant, some sausage every day of the week. What is your? Never mind. I'm not gonna go there yet.
I love my relationship. We are best friends and soulmates, and so we spend a lot of time together. And I love just the things that we do on the regular basis. We're kind of a little bit of homebodies, except for when we're out doing things. But
wait.
I love
bodies?
football.
Is that what you just said? Hunting bodies?
No, I said we're kind of homebodies.
Oh, I thought you said you're hunting bodies. Like
No, homebodies. No, because we have our two little rescue mutts, but we are sports junkies. So
all right, let's go there. We just had a weekend of sports. Let's go there. I'm gonna fuck her up. Let's go there.
Let's not talk about
no,
Bama.
no.
We can't be talking about Bama.
Who? Wait a second. The genie's talking to me in my head. She likes the college football team that just got beat Alabama. All right.
Yeah.
My team went to Alabama last year at Alabama and put our foot in you. Texas Longhorn.
Yeah. Listen, we've got some growth to do. Unless they go back and sign Nick a blank check, I don't know.
No. You got a great coach now. You got a great coach, a guy from Washington, whatever. Alabama will be okay. They just, like I said, like I was texting him, like, look, this is an emotional hangover. It was a trap game. Like the way that you beat Georgia, how you escaped that game. There was no how can Alabama players get up for Vanderbilt? No offense to Vanderbilt, but it was a trap game. But wait, in terms of NFL, who's your favorite NFL team?
Well, my husband. Well, there's an explanation. My husband is from Buffalo, so we.
Can you answer the question first?
We root for the Bills.
The Buffalo Bills.
I have not been a Bills Mafia person all my life, but since being with him,
wait,
root for the Bills.
Did the Bills just come to Texas and get that ass handed to them?
Yes, it was not a good weekend for us.
It's right. Texas, Houston, Texas. They got
it was not Buffalo. A good weekend for football for me.
By the way, shout out to Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
Stephon.
We miss him.
when we're in the club, I got the video. It'll never reach the light of day, but you knew my homie. Anyway, I know Stephon Diggs.
I know. Everybody knows awesome. He's a great guy too.
You'd be surprised at the number of athletes that, hey, by the way, you filmed this and that or blah, blah. I like to, set something up. You'd be surprised at the number of professional athletes that reach out to Mr. Flourish and want to get to know an adult, someone that they've seen in one of our scenes, goes viral. It's natural, right? But you often tell them, they can reach out themselves or whatever. But they don't. They're very. They never want to reach out themselves. They always want someone to do it for them because of who they are.
Yeah, for sure.
So if they do reach out, hey, by the way, that Venus, whew, gosh, she had all the mountains, the jugs, and her smile. I'll be like, hey, you can reach out to Venus, or I can put you in touch. But my name is Bennett. I'm not in it. But no, it's but I don't know. It's like it's going to cost you tickets. That's how it's like, I don't want no little break me off whatever. No, I want tickets, homie. I want
50
box
yard
seats.
line tickets in the front.
You, people wonder how I get tickets. Like, well, how'd you get that? It's because I hooked somebody up, and I'm like, I don't want nobody. I just want tickets. You know, that builds a rapport. It builds a really, So
Sure, absolutely.
so anyway, so you got this thing. You got this thing, and people are gonna ask. Those two guys, they got a little vibe going on. So all I can tell everyone is this: Venus and I will become very familiar with each other pretty soon.
There's Exotica coming out.
Yeah, yeah. So Venus and I, we've had a discussion, and there's something that I've never experienced. I'm not gonna say what it is, and I really don't. I think it's gonna be like a kid in a can. I think I'm gonna need a round. I think I'm gonna need a round two before we even get out of. Which should be okay. It should be okay. But anyway, I'm not. Y'all just look at gamer, streamer, video, stock club manager, podcast host, studio, multiple studio. I have enough real estate in Southeast and whatnot. I have enough on my plate. Um, but I want my milk and cookies. Anyway, so you're in Tampa. What's Tampa like as a creator haven? Do you shoot more in Tampa, or do you have to go to South Florida or other travel? Or?
No, there's a lot of people in Tampa. There's a lot of people in Tampa, Orlando area. It's not that far. So we really don't have to go too far. But if we do, we go down to Miami
Mm-hmm.
and we'll shoot down there. I've had a couple shoots down there, but a lot of people travel a lot. And Tampa is kind of a big hub. So people come to Tampa a lot. Like I'll work with people from Georgia, from the Carolinas that come down and they come into Tampa. So most people, like I don't have too difficult a time finding people to work with on a fairly regular basis. So
Someone
it
wants to
works
know
out
your
better.
favorite position.
Doggy style.
They're like the hell with all that stuff. What's her favorite? There's a question in Discord. You heard that? She says roof roof style. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Why is that? Is it because it hits certain spots or
Yeah.
where? Are you a length girl or a girthy girl? Which one do you prefer?
Girth.
That's the width. Why is
Uh-huh.
that?
Because there's something about the the stretchy feeling that's really good. And I find that when it comes to length, not everyone knows how to use it appropriately.
I mean,
Some people try to stab your brain,
it's not about stabbing, hitting the back. Sometimes
right?
she
And
wants
that
the
gets
back of her walls
uncomfortable.
hit. Other times she just wants that consistent feeling of having her sensors rubbed at length, right? Not stabbed, right? It's just or maybe you do. I don't know. I guess it depends on how hard your hair is pulled. Um,
Yeah, well, I mean, and this is what I tell people: it only goes in so far. If you're not going to get the whole thing in there, and if you're trying to stab my brain, then it starts to hurt.
mm,
So, if you want it to be good and comfortable, I mean, like there's a certain amount of intensity that can be had, but don't, like I said, don't try to get the whole thing in there if it's like a foot in length because it's not going to go in. It's just not. It's physically impossible.
have you ever done content with someone and you feel like they were out of this world, but you weren't up, you weren't there, but you wanted a round two, or and flip side, you said it earlier. It's like sometimes what if they just aren't up for it? Do you give them a round two? It depends on. I'm just kind of curious.
Well, I'll tell you, and I know because you just talked to Billy Pilgrim and Sexy Nurse Jen not that long ago.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Billy, I have done 6 scenes with him in one day, like back to back to back to back.
No. Stop it.
No, I'm not.
I don't want to hear it. Stop. Billy said Billy was on the cast. Billy was on the cast. Shout out to Billy Pilgrim. He's of Tampa too. You know, low key Tampa. I see how you rolling. You really want to roll with us. The naysayers or that individual who tries to dark cloud, they're saying fuck the cloud. We see the movement. At the end of the day, they see the movement. They want to be part of it. They see the growth. They see explosion. Shout out to all the people who are really about it in Tampa. Anyway, and Billy said it's like 4 in the. I'm like, dude, you don't have enough jizz, right? You gotta. I mean, I know there's fake. Some people use whatever, and it's like you gotta get up. And it's like he said, and then Jen was like, yeah, we did. I'm like, I don't want to hear this shit. I don't want to hear it. But 6 times in a day, like, are they 15-minute scenes or?
I think.
Because some people do that. Like some people will shoot 5 times in a day, and they like to keep it 15 to 18, whereas I prefer like 25, 30. But
yeah, I'm gonna say like the first couple ones were like 20 between 20 and 20, like 23 minutes, and then the very last scene was probably 15 or so, and yeah, he's crazy. Like, he's great to work with. He's quite the he's got his body really conditioned to do that. So like he has no problem performing, and yeah. So that's the most like where I could go, and I kind of like to do that too. Like I will go all day if I can. You know, like
how much time do you need in
between?
between? How much time do you need in between little collab shoots, like round 2, round 3, or whatever?
Just enough time to touch up my makeup and hair. So half hour, 40 minutes.
Okay, so that means let me multiply. Let me carry the 2. How many times we're gonna? Everybody, look, everyone, we're gonna fucking be nasty, okay? And I'm not gonna let. It's like I need to be drained. I need to be drained. But I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. Anyway,
wink, wink.
I got some of my Flourish guys hitting me up like, yo, I need that collab. They already took some of my Flourish guys, like 2 of them actually. I'm like, yeah, I hook it up. We'll hook it up. What's interesting though is one of the reasons I wanted to have this talk with you and a stream podcast was to hear how you flowed. That I get certain, like, I don't know if people can really do dialogue or do heavy things like that, but if they are quick on their toes, right? If they deliver what they want, very well, that's why I figure things out. So right now that tells me, okay, she can carry a heavy dialogue segment. I got that out, from just, my 2 cents. I think you can,
I like to think so. We just wrapped, and I know you'll talk about this too, but not to bring up Billy again, but we just finished the Killer Clowns movie.
Talk about that. Give Billy a shout out and talk about that a little, because Billy was on. Billy and Jim were doing the stream with me last week, but the Wi-Fi was real bad on their end, and so it's sort of, I'm gonna have to really cut it up and reissue it or whatever, just because whatever. But talk about that project you did with Billy and your role in it, because he really spoke well of you and he mentioned you in the cast.
Yeah, listen, it was amazing. It was so fun. For one, it was amazing.
Okay.
But we filmed over 4 days, so it was really intense. We had like 14, 18-hour days, and I did 3 scenes, and I play his wife, his crazy wife, and so I actually got to act, which is fun for me. I really enjoy it. So his wife in a scene played by me, like he's the sheriff, and I'm his wife who's off her meds. So like every time I watch a movie, I immediately take on that character of the main character of the movie. So he comes home, and I had just got done watching Streetcar Named Desire. So I think I'm Blanche Devereaux, who, I don't know if you've seen Streetcar Named Desire, is played by Vivian Leigh, and Miss Scarlett O'Hara. So I'm all like, in my southern, deep southern
Mm-hmm.
drawl and my flowy gown, and I'm like, Billy, come ravage me, and then we have our sex scene, right, or our intimacy scene, sorry, and also for the clowns come in, and the makeup is like next level. It is
I
so
saw.
good.
So Billy Pilgrim. Shout out to Billy Pilgrim. He sent me a trailer because I told him like, look, I want the safer work part. I said I
Right.
will help you. If you can make a 28-minute safer work part. I don't know if you can or not. I will put it on AstroClan and point it to where your main distribution is. That will help. That'll be one of your biggest leads on AstroClan YouTube, right? TV. And I'm like, else, that's how. Again, you got to think about when you're marketing. I'm a bit digital marketer gorilla. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so you got to understand the funnel. There's customer
Right.
funnels in your channel funnel. So think about when I tell people channel partners who can get your product out there, who can get your project out there, who can spread the word, etc. And then as that funnel leads back to you, know what you got to do, know what you do with it, right? And great conversation I had with him, but I looked at the makeup.
It's
I looked at
crazy. It was so good. It was so
I'm
good.
like, who did it?
Her name is Adrienne. She is on Twitter at Alien.
Is she Tampa based?
No, she's in San Francisco. I want to
Well,
say.
she flew. She
Yeah, she
flew.
came out to do. She
I
also
need to know
plays
who
one of the
that. I need to
clowns.
know who she is because
Yeah,
it was. I
she.
had never seen makeup done like that.
It was so good. Like it
Hmm.
was so good. And so that between that and the props and the scene backdrop and the cinematography, so Atlas Triple X did all the filming for the movie, and it is all like I said, we have professional camera equipment, so it is all cinematographic. It looks and is shot like a real film, so it is not like a little piddly like a typical like you see something on Pornhub or whatever. Like this is actually looks like a movie. I mean, there's special
Hmm.
effects, there are like the props and everything, but it's also very cheesy and campy because if you've seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space, like we're like I'm a horror buff. Billy's a huge horror buff. So we if you haven't seen the movie, you just kind of go check it out a little bit, at least watch some previews, and
Yeah.
then you'll kind of get an idea for what it's like. But it's like basically these clowns come down, and in the original, they eat people and they put them in these cocoons and stuff. Well, here what they're doing, they're coming down and they're being intimate with the people they capture. So like the clowns are, he's the sheriff, so they take him and on the ship, and they're like, all greedily kind of taking advantage of him, and then Atlas and I have a scene, and then I have a scene with one of the clowns, and then I also have a scene with Billy because he's my husband in the movie. So it's and then Jen's there too. She's like the lady that's calling the cops, and Atlas Triple X also plays the deputy, and so it's so cool. It's gonna be. I can't wait like till the whole thing's done. It's so awesome. I'm so honored to have been a part of the project because it's really going to be amazing.
Mm. Do y'all hear the passion that she just described? That was something that they created. I don't even think y'all. It wasn't no pay involved.
No, huh? We all
It
did
was
it because we
like, and
wanted to.
everybody gets their segment. So, from what Billy said, that they can monetize their little segment. Their segment, not little, their segment, and then there's the overarching that Billy. That's what I love. I love it when people are really passionate about what they deliver, what they put their work effort, and there's a definitive product. Um, and so in the conversations, it's like sometimes as a studio head, videographer, performer, whatever. But when I go to my studio head, I look for people that can talk about their project, their work. Some people are like, oh yeah, I shot for blah blah blah. Cool. How was the experience? What did you get? Oh yeah, it was whatever. How she just described it. That's what we look for. Because that means when she's like, hey, you know what, we're doing collab over here, but this month we got a big week, third party, blah blah blah. It's like you want someone like Venus. You want someone that's all in. Yeah, that's monetary or whatever. But they like, look, hey, when they show up, it's the little things, right? It's going the extra mile. The excitement that she did she just just relay that project with with clowns eating people after they bang them or something? It's like
Well, they get carried away. So like I get carried, like I get pulled into like this other. It's kind of hard to explain, but like it looks like I'm being pulled into a box that looks like a present. There's balloons and stuff in it. But then when I'm pulled in, then you see the transition, and I'm on the spaceship in another room, and that's where the one clown comes in, and
that,
we
and that's the
have like
special effects. Well, oh, right, right, right,
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Wow,
And
man.
then the sheriff is pulled on the ship, and then he's got all three of the clowns on him, and the deputy comes in from being all like on the streets, and he's covered with like cotton candy and popcorn and silly string from all these crazy clowns that are out in the
Right.
neighborhood, and so like there's some special effect factors too, and like being our like just like the different scene setups that we did and stuff. The props are really cool, so it's just the whole thing's a little wacky. But in the original movie, they actually eat them. So since this is a porn parody, instead of eating the people and putting them in cocoons, they're having intimate moments.
That is y'all are wow. Oops, that's my fault. That is what can people expect from you?
What can
Like,
they expect from me?
yeah, actually, say that for a second.
Uh-huh.
Say that for a second. We just hit 1,500 viewers,
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
for
You're
those
great.
who for those who um, think otherwise, I'm actually going to send this to Venus real quick here, so she can have it for herself and as well. 1,500 viewers. We want to thank you. Right, we're at the 46 minute mark. We're not getting off. We just want to thank you for taking time out of your Monday, right,
For sure.
and listening to us. Um, Listen to us have a good time. Uh, Thank you for that. Now let's get to 2,000 before we finish up an hour talking. Damn it, let's go. Anyway,
Yeah. Come
uh, I just sent that pic to you via so you can say, hey, look, this is real here, and it's gonna stay up in Twitter for at least 30 days. But by after the stream stays up, we'll put the repurposed part and some of the hotter segments as well as the entire will be in YouTube as well as Flourish. So definitely, you're gonna hear a lot of Venus, and this is not the only time we're gonna be talking, because I may found someone that we can just invite people. Let's just get it on, you know. Not wait. Let's
I know
talk.
what you meant.
It's not.
I got you. I'm picking
Let's
up what
just
you're laying
invite
down.
people. They trying to throw Diddy parties and baby oil. It's like,
I think it's out of stock.
huh?
You said baby oil. I said I think it's out of
You,
stock.
you you know that's not baby. You know that's really not baby oil. Let's. You know what? I'm gonna have a different part here because I gotta go. I gotta go here. The movie, what was it? Blink by Channing Tatum Fry. It's a movie that's I think still out, right? Let me see. That has a lot of relevance to what's going on with the whole P Diddy parties and the oil. There it is. Channing Tatum. Blink twice. Everyone, go watch that movie.
Oh yes, I did. I watched it.
There's understand the perfume.
Uh huh. Uh
That
huh.
all you. I'm gonna do a podcast. Someone told me you got to do a podcast about what you think about the whole baby oil and drugs and all this. I say no, just go watch Blink twice, and
Go
that's
watch
would
that
be my
movie. It's a very much that. There's a very underlying commentary as to what's going on in that movie.
yes. And the thing about it is, it's like they like because y'all gotta understand. From my perch, there's a lot of different parties. There's a lot of different group things, whatever. Hollywood is Hollywood.
Yeah.
Y'all think that they weren't partying like however they partying just because of this legal thing? No, they don't stop partying. They take a pause. But Hollywood is Hollywood, and we call it Holly weird. So, but Problem started for Diddy when he wanted to sue the alcoholic company. If you would have done that, Sean Combs, you wouldn't be dealing with this stuff here. But that's not going to go there. Anyway, back to what we're saying. We're about at 50-minute mark. We're at 1,500 viewers. I only said we're going to talk 30 minutes. I didn't realize that it was going to be easy to get to 50 minutes with you.
I will talk, honey. You want to talk? I'll talk for 5 hours.
I don't think I can handle me handling you for 50 minutes. They got to be broken up. It's just like, you know. So you're going to be at Exotica, New Jersey.
I am.
Are you going to be working in any booths or just networking and making content?
Well, I'm doing a little bit of both. I have one booth I'm waiting to hear back from, but there was a little bit of a mix up on timing for the original booth I was supposed to be in. So I have content that I'm shooting when one of the days I was supposed to be there. So, so I may be at booth 852. I may be at booth for Pineapple Sport. It depends on if they have spaces. So, either way, I will be there a little bit doing that. And then just like networking and saying hi to people. And then otherwise, I'll be creating content. I have a couple photo shoots scheduled. I have a couple paid shoots scheduled, but most of it is collab work. So I'm looking to meet people, talk to people that I'm not, that I don't normally get to see. Being down in the Tampa area, I'm looking to work as much as possible. So yeah, come find me and hit me up.
Well, she's also going to be, Flourish is going to have a couple of different rooms. Actually, someone just offered a whole big suite or two. They want me to film. I'm like, I don't know. It's like, oh, please come film. I'm like, maybe, but if I have access to use your place too. So definitely for you guys that are wanted opportunities and you can't get opportunities, reach out to us via DM. We may throw you in a casting couch situation, for the flourishes out there. We will be up in New Jersey, Zach in New Jersey. There's going to be some time blocks that we're going to have Venus. I'm going to have, see her perform behind the camera. Everybody's like, yeah, those two are definitely going to do. We don't kiss and tell.
I'll have Atlas XXX with me, so he'll be when he's not shooting for himself for his own content, he'll be filming as well, and he'll probably be at the booth with me, depending maybe.
Yeah, you know what?
But he is available too, and available for shooting.
I already have. I think I want to film Atlas XXX with Kitty Cupie and some other. I have like 7 girls who are like, oh, I want to do floor shoots. I want to do da da da. It's like I love your stuff. I don't even know how many. I don't know. It's just beginning of October, but I guess you got to figure it out because 14 days. What is it? 14, 17 days we're there, right?
Yeah. It comes up quick.
It is so. Yeah. It's literally. And y'all think I'm playing? This right here, all this scrabble, all this right here. That's Exotica. The demand is real, But
yeah. We're filling up fast too. Like I have a few spots. That's what I'm saying. I want to make sure that I save space for you.
Now, actually, after we end the stream, we're gonna stay on here. We're gonna lock in.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, because I need that action. Anyway, if you come here in the latter part of the stream, this is Venice Rising. We've been talking for about 53 minutes. To the people that are live now, all 1,644 that are actually watching, and guess what? This is. Shout out to Nicole Ray. Her scene is out with the pros. She actually was behind the scenes looking at the tech that we use. And she was like, oh, is that number real? And we went and we looked, okay, this is what it says in YouTube. This is what it says in Twitch. And this is what it says now. Go over there and see how many are live. And I brought it up and it's exactly the same. So there's actually right now 1,644 people that are tuned in listening right now. They don't qualify you unless you're minimum 30 seconds. So I'm very thankful that we have the community impromptu like this, and
absolutely, that's awesome.
I think I'm gonna run something about Venus here. The way that you talk, I think that I just enable our network and say, Venus, if you want to Why don't we have a little Venus section, little Venus talk section, and put something together and like throw it out there and let's see. They may want to hear you talk more than me, and you interview someone or whatever. I don't know. People like, look, you don't build a network, the mass amount of network between YouTube and Twitter and other things. You build it, and it's an ecosystem. But now it's at the point I want to let other people leverage it. Why? That's the only way. It has to be organic growth. It's from someone that's saying, oh man, you're gonna let someone, have a little 2 episode, whatever them something. Yeah, if they're good people, if they can talk, if they can build, if it's value, it's like it's not even a matter of making. It's not a matter of making money right now. Money is going to be made over the course of time, but can you build something that can sustain? Can you build something that people can like? Hey, I have an idea. That's where it begins. So it's idea generation then, right? And that's when it gets to other realms. And then next thing you know, you're flying somewhere in Mexico and you look at whatever on the flight. Say, oh, by the way, there's a podcast. You want to listen to it? Hint, hint. Anyway.
Yeah, well, it's all about providing value too,
Yeah.
and education and helping people out. And I'm all about it. Like I love promoting other people. Like, I'm all about, helping people who are newer than me, and as well as, helping people benefit from some of the things I've learned, provided, again, that they're good people and not taking advantage
Right.
of you, because I've had a few take advantage, but I've also learned very quickly, there are those that are takers and those that are willing to
You're a
give
giver
back
or
also,
taker.
right?
Are you a giver or
So
taker?
I'm a giver all day long.
Woo! It's hot. She's a giver. She's a giver. Hey, y'all understand that? It's how she said it. Y'all don't understand. Answered the question, but it's how she answered the question. She was sending a message to Mr. Floyd, your boy. She said, "I'm a giver." No, she said, I'm a giver. It's how she said it. So now I have issues. Like I'm covering. You can't see them. I'm covering my. They got kind of perky there, on how she said that. She turning. Yeah, she has a temperature gauge on her sensuality and sex appeal, y'all. You got to watch out for Venus rising. Um, it's interesting. And we're gonna at 57. We might as well hit the 1 hour mark and then call it at that. I'm sure that. Um, what type of roles would you like to play? If you're talking to, let's say that you are talking to one of the top or hot producers, what kind of what kind of I don't know what that was. It was a crick in my neck. Um,
I didn't notice it at all.
what kind of role would you really like to play? That you may not have either you haven't done or you did it but it wasn't you really want to expand on it. What kind of roles?
I think I just like the creativity of it. So I like to have that creative outlet, and it's
You like
just
to be
fun
covered in
regardless
whipped
of what
cream and
kind of
licked all
role.
over, basically. Okay.
Yeah, because I enjoy just being like doing character stuff is really fun for me. So regardless of what the character is, I like to, it's like playing dress up, right? You put on that different persona. So it's fun. Like I was a cat burglar. I did, like obviously the stepmom thing, but I really enjoyed, like, I
Stepmoms can
want to
do
say the
rimming
most
too.
fun, huh?
You hear I said stepmoms can do rimming too.
Yeah, that they can.
I mean, I'm just. Do you have any issues with that?
No.
Look at me. Look at me.
Um, but it's fun. I like the character stuff. So anything like when you play, and I like to act. It's fun. It makes it fun. I think it makes it more engaging. It's like I just finished a scene for Jeff's Models where I was like playing the producer, and I was coming up like with my own, like if I could have the perfect shoot, what would it look like? And
Hmm.
so we did this thing where I was like talking out loud to myself and coming up with scene ideas, and every time I snapped my fingers it would appear. it appear before me. So that's how we did it. It was really fun. And so I like to do stuff like that. Like I like to have fun with it. Like I like playing with props. I like playing, with like outfits and things like that. Just, and not like the bulk, like not everything is going to be a movie, like we did the full length movie, but I
Mhm.
like to play with scene ideas like that. So that is fun for me. Like I like to role play. I like to, engage in putting on this other persona, that just makes it fun. It makes it fun. It makes it interesting. And I enjoy that.
Have you ever been in a scene where it's been suspense and dramatic though? Completely opposite.
Um, I actually am working. I haven't done it yet, like as far as like suspenseful, but I do have
And you don't have any
a.
issues with it, right? You would.
No, no, God, no,
Okay.
no. Listen, I'm as go with the flow as there is. Like I will. I'm like I will try anything once.
Like lick armpits. You try that. Just
What's that?
nothing. Nothing.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said lick armpits. I don't know why.
Oh,
I don't
but
know why that. Don't go there. Don't go there.
okay, okay. But I'm doing a a Halloween. I have two Halloween shoots I'm doing,
Mhm.
um, where I did. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I just did a third one. I forgot that we just wrapped this up. But where we were playing, like I was playing a crazy person, but um, like the other one
Are
I'm
you
playing like
crazy?
this.
Are you crazy in general though? You said you were playing a crazy person. Are you crazy in general?
No, I don't think so. I'm loud. I'm a little obnoxious, but I don't think I'm crazy.
Okay. Isn't there a borderline between being loud, obnoxious, and crazy though?
No, no, because crazy comes with a certain amount of drama, and I'm like very low key
What do you
drama.
feel about Twitter drama nowadays?
I think it's a little ridiculous. I think people need to realize that shit happens, and you need to just let people have their opinions and not worry about other people's shit. Like when
I
it
want you to
comes
repeat that.
to.
See, you all. She's dropping gems right now. She just dropped a gem, and a lot of you need. I'm gonna have her repeat what she just said because I asked her what does she think about Twitter drama, and it's every other month, every other week, is some drama somewhere. Repeat what you just said there. D-
Yeah, I
Lace
think
them
you.
with your wisdom, Venus.
Yeah. Well, I think you need to, well, I don't mean you in general, but I mean, I think a lot of people need to understand that people are entitled to their opinions. And just because they're putting it out there doesn't mean you need to get all bent out of shape and go crazy, trying to trash them online or letting it get you worked up because they don't believe the same thing you do, or they have a difference of opinion, or maybe they had a bad experience with somebody and you didn't. So now you're like you know, at each other's throats about it. I think there's so much stuff that is put out on Twitter and in the news and things like that that is intentional to stir shit, to stir people up. And
Yeah,
I think when you stay in your lane
yeah.
and worry about yourself and not worry about Joe Blow and what they're saying, you know, um, you have a much more zen life, and you'll be much more at peace with yourself than worrying about everything that just happens to come out, because we all know that not everything that we see in Twitter is true, and I'm of the belief that there are two sides to every story, and that I need to at least walk a mile in the other person's shoes before I can make a judgment call,
You
so
hear
I
that?
try
You hear that?
to.
She just gave y'all some more gems. Make your own judgment calls. Do your
Yeah,
own networking.
don't listen to other people. Just
Don't
because it's
let other
on
people got
Twitter doesn't mean
agendas,
it's true.
and their agendas like all they're doing is stopping you from making bread. They're stopping you from your movement. Y'all don't even realize it.
Yeah.
Y'all are just so caught up in the hoopla, whatever. It's like do your own legwork.
And a lot of that stuff is intentional. A lot of that stuff is intentional to
It's
try
there,
to draw you into the drama, to get you in their
and then they
thinking
say they're not all
narrative.
about drama, but really they are the conduit of drama.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
To get you on their narrative side or whatever.
Mark.
And then
So
you
I'm
get
sorry.
into it and you're like just as bad as, oh, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go out and tweet this now and tweet that now. And you're just fueling the fire. So I tend to just be like, I don't watch the news. I don't like, I'll scroll Twitter and stuff. I may see something that'll raise my eyebrow, but I'm like, okay, fact check yourself, fact check your own stuff. You know, don't just take everything at face value. I think we need a lot more critical thinkers in the world. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that just like take things at face value without like looking at the potential for another perspective. That's just my 2 cents on
You know, I took my glasses off of that because I wanted y'all to see my eyes.
it. And they're so pretty too.
Thank you, love. Can I? That's okay if I say it that way. I don't want
Of
to.
course.
Um, she just gave y'all. We're gonna clip that segment. That's gonna be one of the segments that we clip, and then we just throw it out there as well, like a short or whatever. TikTok as well. By the way, if anyone catches me gaming on the TikTok, the Flourish, we have 108. I average what 150. Average about 3,000 views over a gaming segment. Okay, minimum, and there can be anywhere between 15 people watching or 200 people watching. And what's interesting, the demographic is 18 to 27 is the biggest demographic. It's not just teens. That segment I'm going to put out there, and I'm going to say, hey, everybody, check this out. If you're watching me game, that goes beyond the adult industry. What she just said, how you go about your business, how you go about doing your legwork, how you go about making your own decisions, building your own rapports. What's not good for someone over in the left field may be different for you. Don't get
Absolutely.
caught up in the. She said, don't get caught up in the hoopla. Don't get caught up in other people's agendas. Right? And it's like all you're doing is holding yourself back. Period. That was powerful. That made me take my glasses off, and I don't even wear. I don't. I mean, I do need some glasses sometimes. I swear to God. But I didn't want to be caught behind a glass on that. That was we're probably gonna finish up with that. It's just so powerful. Other than a little bit of flirtation at the end. Um, so to everyone wondering, you probably will. Yeah, you probably could look forward to Venus getting to know Mr. Flourish on a deeper, um, unique level. Atlas, you or Kitty get ready to film some things here. I think that Venus is a unique woman. She brings a lot to the table. She's beautiful.
Oh, thank
Well
you.
spoken. Well spoken. Knows her stuff, but she if you listen to this, she dropped some gems throughout this out. We're at an hour 7 minutes. And she's out of Tampa, and this is the second straight, for what it's worth, stream podcast with individuals out of Tampa that I've done, which leads to go, hey, we it's open to you, it's open to you people, let's just get our words out there. Let's get our opinions out there. Let's get our um, persona. Let's get our, the body, what you're doing. Let's get it out there. How you're moving, how you're rolling. At the end of the day, that's what you want, right?
Yeah,
You
for
don't want
sure.
to just be following some, what did they call them, these hater groups or whatever. It's really drawn on envy, and then you're just losing opportunities. Don't do that. Don't do that. Venus rising is a rising star, adult entertainer star. Okay. Look forward to working with her. Looking forward to seeing her continue her ascent
Oh, thank you.
in this game. You notice at the beginning, she's like she doesn't even her and her husband partner don't really swing as much. They're filming. It's like what? So you're like literally instead of going to some swinger party, you're like, who can we make film? Because that turns into there's a financial reward at the end of that. Right? Over the not just over the whenever you put it out, but it it has a life of its own, right?
Yeah, Atlas. I mean, Atlas Triple X and I, like, literally, we are. We just had a weekend off. That's the first weekend we've had off
And you have to
since.
take them sometimes.
Yes, you do. Yeah, you
Yes, you
do.
do.
Because you have to reset, right? You have to reset, ground yourself, you take care of yourself too, right? That's important. But especially if you're in a relationship. But as a porn couple, we if I'm not shooting, he's shooting, and we're always like promoting each other, right? So if he's looking for content for me to shoot or reaching out to creators for me to shoot, I may be filming and working, but then we'll flip it and like I'll be looking for him, right? And he may
Right.
be filming and I'll shoot for him and he'll shoot for me. And so we are always so it's like two people in our business. So we're always looking to create more content. So, like I said, we're always working. So, upon occasion, when
Do
we
you
have a
know
good
when you
hurricane
need to,
come through,
do you have a certain point that one of you says, "Hey, we need," like you just said, you just had a weekend off, right?
mm-hmm.
It was your first weekend off since when?
Probably since early August,
August, September, October.
just
You
because we
had
were traveling. We were
one week
traveling a lot.
off in 2 months. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Because I even think about myself. It's like someone this weekend, you all. I swear, it was the biggest couch potato sports weekend and I have a vacation. I'm vacationing to Europe. I'm leaving tomorrow. Tomorrow night. Tonight, I got an Usher concert to go to. Um, so you gotta take some time to, to recharge the batteries,
For sure.
appreciate life. That's one of the things I was talking to our operations manager, Brie Austin. I was like, it dawned on me, and I'm gonna wrap things up pretty soon here. We can talk, people. Me and Venus can just talk, but I said I miss doing things that define me before adult, right? That I like to do. I like to go to soul festivals.
Oh yeah.
I went to financial seminars and networked and met. I was big in the tech industry. I still am. Still am. And there was tech conferences. Going to family reunions or visiting family. It's like I miss those things. And so one of the things I said from now till and definitely next year, I want to recapture some of that because I feel that we can be in this adult industry so deep, so entrenched that we forget who we are.
Yeah. No.
We forget
Absolutely.
what things sort of bring us joy. It can't just be okay. We got to work. We got to work. Okay, we got to eat something. Okay, but give me something from Panera Bread, or whatever it may be. But in saying all of that, everyone, thank you.
Thank you.
2,032 people. I'm going to take the screenshot. An hour and 12 minutes. These are real people viewing it right now. And this is Venus Rising. You all may need for her to have her own little occasional once a month or whatever little cast, and we just put it out there. And let's let her get busy and do her thing. Yeah, I'm feeling that.
I would love it.
I may just say I'm just a technical operations person. And here you go. Um, I want to thank you, Venus, for stopping in.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Best wishes
Appreciate
to
it.
you and your husband and Atlas.
Thank you.
As a tag is a great team out of the Tampa area. Everyone in YouTube, her socials will be in the description. This is going to be live, but we're going to repurpose it into the main video as well, and chop up segments and put it out everywhere. Spotify and Apple Music. Guess what? The deal is done finally, and so you're going to be getting audios of all 90 plus episodes of MrFlourish Podcast. I don't know what episode this is, 90 something. Someone will throw away though because it's like whatever. Maybe we give you 30. And in Twitter world, she is actually tagged in here. Follow her, show her some love. Look forward for her projects. And on that note, Venus, I want to thank you and allow
Thank
you
you.
to say your goodbyes, whatever, and then we'll stick around, but we'll stop the stream. Cool.
Thank you.
All right. 2,032 people. What a time to
Nice.
be alive.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for
See
having me.
everyone.